Yuriko! Finally got it all foiled out, guys. I'm sorry I haven't been on lately. It's been a very crazy ride with this pandemic going on. Yeah. Work has been as busy as usual. So, finally got a day off so where I can actually show you the deck that I have for Yuriko. Anyway, so Yuriko is one black and one blue. And then it has Commander Ninjutsu. Whenever a ninja you control deals combat damage to a player, reveal that top card of your library and put it into your hand. Then each opponent loses life equal to the converted mana cost. So, I can cheat her into play. She's one of my favorite commanders. That is Demir. So, decided to go tribal like everybody else does. So, let's get into the deck tech. Swamps. Now, if you look at all these cards, most of them are going to be all foiled. Let me back up a little bit here. So, Swamp. Now, these lands right here, this one is a Japan, and this is an APAC land. This is about a $25 land, so let's do the math, shall we? Nah. This is another one. This one is actually inspired about Japan, and if you actually know anything about ninjas, the ninjutsu actually started in Japan, and then the Chinese perfected it a little bit. So that's from Japan. This one's from Hong Kong. I haven't gotten to Taiwan yet, which is part of China back in the day. Onto utility lands. And those ones are going to be Mutavault, Unclaimed Territory. Yes, like I said, most of these are all foil. Cavern of Souls. Yes, that is a Cavern of Souls foil. I don't know if you guys can see that. If you just look down at the name, you can see it. Cavern of Souls. Dual lands. I have a lot of dual lands, which I'm going to be taking out just because of the fact that it's running a little bit slow, but we're getting a little bit faster now. So we got Drowned Catacomb, Choke Sanctuary, Underground River, Painland, Tainted Isle, Dark Slick Shores, Sunken Hollow, Fetid Pools, Demir Aqueduct, Dismal Backwater, excuse me. Submerged Boneyard, Frost Marsh. One of my favorite tapped dual lands, if you want to call it. I still love the art on it, and it's never been reprinted, so it's a very expensive card by itself, but it's a snow land, so I like it. It's awesome. Demir Guildgate. Saluted Glend, fairies. I don't have any fairies or anything like that. This is all strictly ninjas. Creeping Tar Pit, such a good card. Temple of Deceit. Now we get into the draw spells. Ancestral Vision. I like the original art better, but this one's still pretty cool. Brainstorm, Master Storm 5, Opt. I love that one. That one's pretty cool. Visions of Beyond. It's a good card. I mean, I get to draw 3 cards at instant speed. It's almost as good as Ancestral Recall. Have some counter spells, not very many. Counter spell, can't go wrong with that one. Hinder. It's just another dissolve. So, and also it's from Kawigama. It's where the ninjas very first started. So, Kawigama, gotta put it in there. Tutors. I have a lot of tutors in here, and you'll see why I want the tutors. Just because of the fact that I have a combo with this deck that actually is really fun to play with, and a lot of people don't see it. Demonic Tutor, it's not a shiny yet, but it will be. I'm still working on that. Trying to work out negotiations. Diabolic Intent. Sacrifice creature. Look for a card. It's just as good as Diabolic Tutor. Cruel Tutor. I mean, this card is from Portal Kingdoms, as you can tell. And the thing about Portal Kingdoms is actually it came out around 99. And this is, I believe, is second or third. No, I think it's second. Yeah, I think it's the second. Not 100%. I can't remember. It's either one of the portals. I know that's all I remember. But it's just as good as Vampiric Tutor, but I guess costs 2 more. But yeah, it's non-foil. That's the only printing of this card. Pretty soon they should print this card, but who knows. Anyway, Besiege the Queen. This card is really good. I think it's really good because then I can go search for anything that I want, because most of my deck is pretty much under converted mana cost to 5, except for a few cards. Why not? Go search for another card for 3 extra mana. This one's really good just because of the fact that it actually has flashback, excuse me. And then I get to look for 2 cards instead of 1. That's pretty good. Dark Petition. Go search for a library card, and then if I have 2 or more instants or sorceries, which I should, I get 3 black mana, so I get to cast something for free almost. Now we're getting into the fun part of the deck. Play for power. So I get to draw cards, but at the same time, I'll probably get the extra turn if someone gives me an extra turn. So it's a good card. I usually only cast this when I play Yuriko right away afterwards. So therefore, I get the extra turn. Thinking about putting in Temporal Mastery in. What do you guys think? Part the Water Veil. It's a good card. I think it's a good card. I mean, as you know, the converted mana cost is everything for Yuriko, so this is one of them that would hopefully hit. Nexus of Fate. Extra turn. Beacon of Tomorrows. Take an extra turn. Now, I'm going to show you guys this after we get done. Temporal Trespass. This is a really good card. I mean, 10 damage. That's, excuse me, 11 damage to everybody. That's pretty good. Beacon of Unrest. I get to search for anything from your graveyard and put it under my control. So, I mean, it gets really good. So I get to steal stuff. This is where the fun starts for me. This is why I have so many tutors. Is so if I can find me a Doomsday, probably by turn 9, if no one has tried to kill me out of the game yet, I'll play Doomsday, and then I'll play a certain card and keep 5 cards in my deck, and I'll show you those in, if you were reading the cards. And like I said, most of these cards are all foil. I just love the art on this one. This one's super sexy. Yeah, Psychonic Rift, not foil, but getting into the Wrath effects, they're kind of getting expensive. So, got Psychonic Rift, Damnation, Evacuation. This is actually from 8th edition. Plague Wind. Such a good card. Like I said, the converted mana cost is a lot of things. So when I shuffle up the deck, I hope I don't draw any of these cards. I hope I can get just to get the ninjas out faster. Decree of Pain. So, I mean, it destroys my creatures, but yeah, I'd rather do the cycling because I can actually still pump up my ninjas. And Garrick's Wake. This one's really good because it destroys everybody else's stuff, not mine. So I need to find some more stuff like this for black or blue. Getting into the creatures now. As you can tell, this is all ninjas. There's no rogues, there's no fairies, no nothing. Changeling. I like it just because of the fact that it looks like a ninja. Everybody else does, so why not? I mean, it's a good card. Another changeling that has pump on it. So if he goes unblocked, I can get really crazy with him. Make him death touch. It's pretty good. Speaking of death touch, then we just get into the ninjas itself. This one's pretty sweet. I love the foiling on this one too. Why not? I mean, it looks Asian, so therefore I just stayed with the Asian theme. Another changeling, which I can go return any creature to my hand. This card doesn't come in foil, so Throat Slitter. Slit your throat. You know, I had this card for at least about a good 2 years before ninjas decided to get their own deck again. It's pretty still sexy. Fallen Shinobi. I like the zombie ninja, but at the same time, it's like, it's not that creepy. I love the art. It's pretty cool. Most expensive ninja in my whole deck. Now this is where the fun starts, like I said. So, only reason why I have these guys in here just because of the fact that they are really, really good. Just because of the fact that I get to shuffle my library and my graveyard at the same time and put them back into my library. So we'll set that off to the side there. Now into the enchantments. Don't have very many. But Soothsaying, I mean, it's really good. I get to look at the top X instead of doing any of that. I could shuffle my library at instant speed. So, I mean, this is somewhat better than Sensei's Divining Top. But, yeah, I think it's a lot better. It's a good card. Cover of Darkness, choose a creature type. Everything has fear. Coastal Piracy. It's good for a pirate deck too. Get to draw a card whenever they do combat damage. Draw a card when they enter the battlefield. Why not? They don't have that in foil yet, so therefore, gotta wait for a foiling. Now getting into the equipments. I don't have very many equipments in here, but I only have a couple. Gotta give it Shroud and Haste, just because of the fact that it's really good. And then I can copy Yuriko more than once and sit there and keep on overloading my opponents with other ninjas or Yuriko damage counter. So get to keep copying the ability for free. Mana Rocks. I get to add one of any color to my mana pool for a creature spell. Add a black or a blue for 3. Black or blue. It also becomes an unblockable horror. Draw a card. Draw 2 cards. And this is just going to make me some ninjas when I really want to. Another draw engine, and it also gets +1/+1. And I get to draw a card whenever they come into the battlefield. Or cast, I should say. So, what makes this deck unique? Well, we have the Doomsday effect. So the Doomsday effect says that I only get 5 cards with Yuriko. So I get to steal stuff from your graveyard. So that stays in my library at all times unless someone counters it. Take an extra turn, and it has a high converted mana cost. So therefore, it will keep on doing 8 damage. 8 damage is more than half. So, I mean, hey, why not? Next is a Fate, does the same thing. I get to shuffle my deck. Shuffle it back into my library, deck, whatever you want to call it. Converted mana cost is 7. That's pretty damn high. It's still pretty good. And then the Kozilek and Ulamog combo here. And they sit there in state. So I get to shuffle it back into my library. And then, of course, them having Annihilator, that's pretty damn good too. So get to shuffle them all back in. So by turn, I want to say about 7, maybe 9 or 10. Actually, depending on how fast my mana rocks are. I play Doomsday, get my Doomsday out, get these 5 cards right here, and I just keep on doing pretty much all that damage, and I don't care if half of my life is gone, because I'm going to be sitting there taking everybody down with me. So that's it for this one. This is going to be the ninjas and Yuriko. So I hope you guys are good and staying safe out there. Have fun. Don't have too much fun. Talk to you guys all later.